Everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. Here. The lion. New man so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday to you. Hallelujah. And you know why I'm here. I'm here to talk football. If it's up to me, I'll talk football all day, every day. That's just what I love. Absolutely. And we're back with the season preview series. Covered Denver Broncos not too long ago with the dear friend Tina Winter. And today I got another special guest coming here to talk about the defending AFC champions, the Cincinnati Bengals. You're going to want to tune into what this guy has to say. My guy, live with Mr. Cameron Byrd. What up, Cameron?
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
Oh, yeah. Doing well.
I'm
well.
pumped.
Yeah. You talk about your team, man. You're defending AFC champs. Did I give them the due that they deserved with that intro?
Yes, that was perfect. That was perfect.
I can dig it, man. Yo, I mean, look, shout out to our guy, Steelers fan, Sydney Swinton saying first. What's up, Sid? Yeah, buddy. So, look, hey, like I said, here with Cameron Byrd, diehard Bengals fan. But like we always do on this show, we're talking about the season preview series. Before you give us the ins and outs of the Bengals in last year and coming this year, talk to us. What made you a Bengals fan? Have you always been a Bengals fan, or where did that come from?
Yes, so I've always been a Bengals fan, especially in 2015 when they went the 12-4 run to the playoffs. I liked Andy Dalton and the staff that we had with Marvin Lewis. So definitely, ever since then, I've just followed them closely.
Okay. Yeah, people forget, the Ginger Ninja, Mr. Andy Dalton, man. He was a solid quarterback. Him and AJ Green, Marvin Lewis had y'all doing some things in Cincy. People definitely forget about it. But they were pretty solid. You can even go back a little farther to Carson Palmer. What he did in those years. So I like that. That. Now I gotta be honest. We're gonna go right into this because this is the elephant in the room. Like, did you expect last year to happen? Was there anything like after the season you had in 2020, when you came into last year, were you expecting that type of what you got, or was it a shock?
I'll say this: the beginning of the season, where we had a stretch, then we lost to Green Bay, and then we kind of just had a little bit of more of a stretch. I was a little bit in shock, but then as the season moved on, and as we got stronger and the team got better, guys started coming back and everything like that. I think I wasn't in shock that we made it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Shocked that we lost the Super Bowl.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
I thought we had a fair chance. But that's what I think.
It was close down. It was close late. And if I'm not mistaken, y'all had the lead in the fourth. You know what I mean? So, I mean, look, Cincinnati came through, but I mean, when you got late in the season, you said, you really weren't as surprised, but you get late in the season. When did you know? Like, what was your reaction to that run? But also, when did you know we could go? Like, we could, we can make this run. Like, when did you know, and what was your reaction to it?
When they beat the Chiefs, to win the AFC, the AFC.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. That was when I was like, okay, if we play them in the playoffs, we're gonna be more prepared.
Yeah.
But the first time we played them, I was a little scared. I thought they were going to blow us out, and Tyreek Hill and everything. I thought that wasn't going to work. But I'm glad that we just kind of settled down and just, did our thing, and then came back and stuff like that. I'll also talk about the 49ers game. When we came back on that game with the long touchdown down the sideline to Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
That was a good wake-up call for us as
well. And speaking of Jamar, man, I mean, that was definitely a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we know how great he was at LSU with his quarterback Joe Burrow, and having that reconnection is always great. But to see that happen, it's like this man is untouchable. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I would say going back to the draft, I was actually kind of worried if we drafted a receiver and not a lineman or a defensive player. I was kind of worried. I was like, I don't know how that's going to work.
Right. It looks like they stayed away from that. And that's very interesting. Before we get down that road, I have to ask you, okay? Because a lot of people, some people even in the Let's Talk Football community, will utter those words, fluke, and they got lucky. The stars aligned, if you will. What will the Bengals have a repeat performance in 2022?
I want to say yes, but it's 50-50.
So, not super. I mean, I'm talking, all the way.
We have an O-line now, so and that running game is dangerous. And that two pass rushers, Trey Hendrickson and let's see, Sam Hubbard. Those, I mean, that's dangerous, like dangerous. So if we can contain everybody, I think we should make another run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to tell you that your own division is going to be hard enough getting out of there with a healthy Ravens, Pittsburgh with their new quarterback, and we don't know what Cleveland's going to bring, but they still have pieces. All they need is a quarterback.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting in that AFC North.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, you have Jamar. You've seen what he did, but he could not have done it without your boy Joe. What I mean, what are your thoughts on Joe? Joe Cool.
He reminds me of me when I played quarterback a little bit.
Okay.
Confident, kind of knew what he was doing. Kind of just like, I'm not gonna be timid or scared. I'm just gonna play football. Whatever happens, but I'm just gonna play football. So
I like that. Don't hold anything back. Just full steam ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, side note, I'm gonna need some footage of you playing quarterback because we want to definitely shout out our people that have some gridiron glory. All right. If I could find some footage, I'd put myself up here, but I can't find it.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, definitely. So, let's just say it could happen. But you posed an interesting question. Speaking of Joe Burrow, go back to that question you posed before we got on camera.
Is Joe Burrow better in college, or is he better in the NFL?
Who? Now, obviously, we only really got what, 1 or 2 years?
Well, really 1 because he got hurt.
Right. So but he
went to the Super Bowl the second year.
Right. To the national championship. Are you talking about college or in the pros? In the pros, yeah.
I'm talking about the pros.
Yeah, 2 years, and he got right to the Super Bowl and came within a quarter of winning it.
Yeah.
So,
and then in college he beat Bama. I'm still by that because I'm a Bama fan. So that.
Yeah, how was that for you?
Not good.
Oh,
but he's a special player. So I mean, I've watched that game over and over as well. The Bama LSU game. He turned up like I don't know. We were asleep that day. I know that for sure because there was no way that we lost that bad. But it wasn't that bad. It was close, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. But I mean, and then on top of that, you go ahead and win the national championship and just play just lights out
Yeah.
all the way through. Now it helped, obviously. He had his boy Jamar Chase.
Mhm.
He had what some deem the best, if not top, top two, top three wide receiver in Justin Jefferson. You
Right.
know, Marshall wasn't a slouch. He had Clyde Edwards-Helaire out there. So he
Right.
had a stacked team out there, and they won.
Right.
But I don't know. I think in the NFL, it's definitely a lot harder. And I mean, he didn't have all the pieces. We talked about that O line, and we're going to address that in a little bit. But he had holes in that line. He got sacked 70 times last year.
That's a lot.
Yeah, most in the league. So I mean, if they keep him upright, definitely. But I don't know. I think maybe in the pros he's a little bit better because
Hmm.
I think last year.
But
Go
what he
ahead.
did in college, man, with Joe Brady and that offense, like
Mm-hmm.
I love to pass. So like if passing is what they did and they did it with their spread offense, man, they had top receiver Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, they had Terrence Mitchell. They had, I mean, we can go down the list, but
Right.
they had a lot of good players. And I just think that with this supporting, receiver group that we have here, I think that like you said, I think he's better than the pros, so I'm gonna go with that too.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. I like that. And again, you have more than 1 year. You know what I mean? Which is more than he can really say in college because he had the 1 year. But then did he play another year? I thought didn't he transfer there?
he transferred, didn't started, and then he just came back his junior year,
Yeah.
and we could have stayed his senior year, but
Obviously, you gotta you gotta ride that wave.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it definitely panned out for him up to this point. So hey,
right.
we absolutely will see what happens this coming fall. I am very excited about it, but
Mhm.
there's a lot that's been going on to lead up till season start, and the off season is one of those things. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. You were the top team, and as one of the hardest things to do in football is to retain all the talent. Now, obviously, you got Chase, you got Burrow, you got a couple pieces here and there, but you lost some pieces as well. First, let's talk about the additions. You and I have talked about it. They talked about it all last year. The one thing that probably could have put Joe Burrow over the top was having a legitimate offensive line. They did not address it that much in the draft. I mean, they didn't have many picks, and they did get one. But in offseason, they absolutely did. They got Lyle Collins from Dallas,
Mhm.
Ted Karras from, I believe, New England,
Yes,
and then Alex Kappa from Tampa Bay, and they got him on a 4-year deal. These are three linemen that have played in the game and played at a high level. What are your thoughts about that? I mean, speaking of Joe Burrow, I mean,
he definitely needs protection.
mm,
So that's a big thing. Um, and Alex Kappa played in the Super Bowl with Brady. He's been
mm-hmm,
in Tampa Bay for a couple years now, so that's good. Ted has also been in a Super Bowl, a couple Super Bowls
yeah,
as well. So I think just adding, like, I always, now I'm a Bengals fan, but I listen to all the coaches and what they say about adding veterans, adding
oh yeah,
players.
oh yeah,
So that's a key element to the young guys that need to learn and everything like that. Once win the right way is from your veterans. So
oh
that's
yeah.
what. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Now, let me ask you this question. This is kind of off topic, but it's not. A lot of people, or at least that I've talked to, have mentioned that they always talk about he's on the wrong side of 30, or this guy's getting a little older. We don't want to take a chance on an older player. What is your thoughts on that? Because I'm old school, so I like veterans. I'm one of the guys that have been around the block. They kind of know the business of it, so then they
Mhm.
kind of know how to work together, because I think that young energy is great, and to have these young, fresh new guys. But with the new guys, maybe they don't know the ins and outs of the game, especially when it comes to playoff time. So,
Right.
what are your thoughts on veterans versus rookies or just younger players?
If they can play them.
No.
That's kind of all I have to say about that one. That's all I got to say about that.
Mike, move on.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, a clear example is Tom Brady. He's way past, playing time, like way past it, but he's still going.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, he is the anomaly. He is the
yeah.
He's the asterisk that's like, some of this is not like the other. So he's on a different plane. Yeah. But you're absolutely right, though. That experience from being in the game for 20 plus years. You look at some of these backup quarterbacks, Colt McCoy and Hoyer. They've been around. Blaine Gabbert. They've been in the system, and they might not be studs, but you want them if your quarterback goes down. You know what I mean? Or you want them if you can have them because they've had that veteran leadership. But I think you hit the nail on the head. Mm-hmm. If they're good, play them. It's straight up. I like that. I like that. One other guy that I know you guys re-signed BJ Hill, but another guy that you got that's been a real big, that's been a free agent for a while. You guys franchise tag Jesse Bates.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to make a statement about that.
Yeah.
Jesse Bates, we were kind of iffy because he wanted to go to Atlanta. Because Atlanta needed another safety. But then we were like, we'll just pay you a bunch of money to stay with us. So that's the only other thing I wanted to say.
Yeah. Which is good. Now, is it going to, you said he wanted to go to Atlanta, so is there going to be any friction, or is it just these guys are paying me the most amount, so I'm good to stay?
Well, a franchise tag is guaranteed money, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
but you're at a cap. You're at that certain level, like what they did to Kirk Cousins. They franchised him 2 years, but then it's like, because it's only a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we're interested because he started all season for you guys, correct?
Yes, with an exception of one game because he got hurt with an ankle, but yes.
And he's a solid, at his position. So, it's always good to keep him around because he was the exception, because there were a couple solid players did not choose to stay around. Oh, one other person I want to talk about, and this will actually lead us into this next thing. Since you lost a player at tight end, you gained before I do that, but you gained also a player at tight end, ex-Atlanta Falcon, Hayden Hurst. Now, he's been having a couple good years as of late over there with Matt Ryan. So, are you excited about that move?
I'm excited about it. So, I'm not a big tight end fan. As a quarterback, I'm not a big tight end fan. I like the fact that we have another addition to catch the ball, but that's not something I'm not. But I think with Hayden Hurst, I think our offense should be just as good as CJ Uzomah. I think we should. I think that's still, we're going to be okay.
So and the perfect segue. You talk about CJ Uzomah, who you lost to the Jets. He had a breakout year last year. He had a pretty solid year. So you're saying it's just going to stay the same? Do you think maybe Hayden Hurst does a little better, or is it just did Uzomah have a good year in the system?
Oh, it won't be the same as CJ Uzomah, but I mean it'll be a good addition. We still have some backups and veterans in there too. So, so I think we'll be okay, but I don't think we'll have a breakout season like Uzomah did.
Yeah. So he'll just get in where he fits in and do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have a lot of balls going around and all them receivers in Cincinnati. Yeah. So he might get lost in that mix.
Yeah.
So, but we talked about Uzomah going to the Jets. Good for him. He got a nice little deal. Also, somebody else that is, I was surprised. I did not see this. But I know my guys that live in Chicago are excited about this. Larry Ogunjobi, he is now in Chicago, got paid but he was a big part of y'all's team last year. What are your thoughts about him leaving?
At first I was just like, oh, we're gonna get somebody else.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we got DJ Reader and BJ Hill, so those are two solid. DJ Reader's a veteran, so again, like I said before, with the veterans, like building a veteran group is very important, especially with the run to the Super Bowl as well. And then we also drafted a defensive player, defensive players. So I think we're good on those two.
Yeah. So, hey, and like you said, if they can play, put them in. That is going to be that production. It's going to be interesting if they'll be able to match that production. Obviously, most likely not right away, but who knows? We will definitely see. But you mentioned it right then and there, like also part of the offseason. We've seen the moves that have been made, but the draft, the 2022 draft came and went. Obviously, you guys had the second to last pick because you won it and made a solid move from the beginning, getting Michigan safety Daxton Hill, and it looked like you guys had a focus on that. I'm going to bring it up real quick and say the names, and you let me know how you feel about it. So Daxton Hill at safety, Cameron Byrd, who I am very excited about at Nebraska at corner, Zachary Carter at defensive line. You got O-lineman Cordell Volson out of North Dakota State, Tyson Anderson out of Toledo, and Jeffrey Gunther, linebacker out of Coastal Carolina, with the exception of the middle of the North Dakota State offensive lineman. You guys went straight defense on that. Are you surprised by that, or
no? The way the Rams, they just kind of took over the game and they kind of just did their own thing with Cooper Kupp and OBJ being down. I think that was a smart move, and especially if we're gonna ever beat the, like you said, our division, we need some players on the defensive side as well. But not excluding the offensive side, but we definitely need to stop people as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you already know your offense can go and have shootouts with other people, but it's like you said, late in the game, late in the big games, it's the defenses that are either the X factor or the reason why teams lose. You know what I mean? So, but again, you saw the names. Daxton Hill, really excited about him. Cameron Byrd. Is there somebody that jumps off the page and says, "Wow, this is the guy. I'm super excited we got him."
Daxton Hill.
Yeah.
I didn't watch. I watched the Michigan Georgia game. That dude can play.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, sideline to sideline, he's got speed.
Yeah,
definitely a solid hitter. One of the top safeties in all of the Big Ten. So, and if I'm not mistaken, he didn't have that many years. And I think he just moved to the position, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I haven't done that much on him, but yeah, for sure, I think he moved positions. I'm not gonna count them all, but there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other players that I think is gonna be Jeff Gunter, Zachary Carter. I think that was a nice one. When I saw Zachary Carter on the draft night, I was like, okay, our pass rush is going to be dangerous again. So
a lot of people forget about it because Florida didn't have the best of years, at least to their standards, last year. But they had some talent that came into the draft, and I think he's definitely going to be one. And he's going to help you plug that the middle.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that. We talked about O-line. What do you think about getting Volson out of North Dakota State?
Wilson, I wanted, who was that guy from Northwestern? Penny? Penn?
Oh, Pennig? Oh, yeah. The big dude.
He can throw people down. I was like, whoo. And we got him. I don't even know who's going to touch Joe Burrow. Like, that would have been.
Right.
I haven't done that much on Cordell Volson, but definitely definitely another addition to the line as well. Now, speaking on that O line, we still have Jonah Williams. So the left side of it's going to be a little questionable because left tackle is a very important position, and we had him last year. He obviously in the Super Bowl we got demolished, but I think this again, like I said, adding the veterans and everything like that, I think it's going to be a nice wake up call for him.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I like that. What is going on, Wendy? Long time no see. How you been? What's up, Sean? Go Pack, go! Absolutely. See what you guys do this year. Yeah, no. I look, honestly, I like what you did. I'm gonna bring it up one more time really quickly. Cameron Taylor-Britt, the corner, is somebody that I try to follow Nebraska as much as I can. I got a good buddy that's from Nebraska. And Cameron Taylor-Britt is, in my opinion, if he's able to get into that system, I think he's going to be a top tier player. He played very well, one of the only bright spots in a struggling Nebraska team, but he was always making plays for that defense. So Cameron Taylor-Britt, man, we're gonna see how he does. But I think he's going to be interesting. Have you paid attention to him at all?
Yes. So I watched the draft again last night, just kind of seeing who we picked and everything like that, and who we got. But I couldn't remember Cam Taylor-Britt. And I just saw his production, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, we really addressed the defensive side. Like, we got a lot of key players. Now, these players could get cut.
Very true.
So I just thought about that. Like, I was like, wait, these players can get cut. So if they don't perform in the offseason training camp and all that, they could get cut. And we could lose, Tyson Anderson, for example. So that's one of the players we could lose. But I think, again, like I said, Von Bell, we got somebody from Dallas on the left corner side or right corner side. So I think we're definitely going to be – we're still going to produce. But, yeah. I forgot you were a Washington fan.
Through and through. Wait, you forgot? Like, wait. Everything, baby. I live this, all right? And I haven't changed anything. It's all still Redskins. I know that might be touchy. I apologize to people, but I love my guys. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure.
Know? And I do apologize for 2 years ago rolling up on your quarterback. Somebody tried to come out and say, "Oh man, that was dirty." I was like, "Bro, he rolled into him. That wasn't even dirty."
Yeah.
And we saw what he did this year.
That was a scary injury.
Yeah.
For Joe Burrow. That was, I don't know. I'm surprised he only did his knee. I was worried about his whole leg. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
Wait, it said just wait till my Packers beat the Commanders. No, this ain't last year. We gonna see y'all again. Don't let us see you on the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
Watch out. You heard it here first.
You think Carson Wentz is going to produce?
Listen, I'm trying to be optimistic about Carson. If he gives us a full 17, okay, I'm going to be optimistic and say we can get to the wild card. I want to think we're going to get to second, but I think it's going to be a two-man race with Cowboys and Philly. Philly's done too much for them not to be. Now, Dallas, they have the 31st weakest schedule. We have the 32nd. Because we stink. But Dallas, honestly, I really believe with a lot of those moves, a lot of those guys they lost. You know what I mean? We talk about losing Wilson, losing Cooper. Zeke's had his injury issues. I honestly think Dallas might take a little bit of a slide. But who knows? We will see. We will definitely see. But you mentioned it before. The draft passed. Training camp is here, so we're starting to see some of these players get out there. And like you said, hey, look, this is a business. Right now it's 90 some odd players. In a month and a half, we get cut down to 53, and that's that. Now you're all these guys will be out here and they'll be able to make tape for themselves and potentially go other places. But this is your opportunity to shine. So, rookies, even vets, even just because they brought you in doesn't mean, if another player, like you said, another player is better, put them in. Put
Right.
them in. What kind of things are you looking for at training camp?
This is Joe Burrow's year 3,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm looking for him to produce. Obviously, he is. But I think in the third year in the system, and I think he, definitely has had time to figure out his offense a little bit more. Again, with the receivers, we don't really have good backup receivers. Trent Taylor is a very bright spot there. We got some in the draft, but we don't really have. Our first 3 are good,
Mm.
um, but we don't really have like Mike Thomas is good. He's been okay. He's produced for us in the last 3 years or so that Zach Taylor's been here. But again, like I said before, the defense is scary.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. I like that. Now, how much do you want Burrow and Jamar Chase and some of these guys? How much do you want them out there? Do you want them going full tilt with this stuff, or you're just like kind of let's get to the season? I mean, some of those guys that their position is defined.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking Burrow's spot. Nobody's taking Chase's spot. And I get it. You want to go in there and still see them and do all that. But at the same time, there have been too many players that have gotten injured off non-contact injuries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like what are your thoughts about that?
I definitely say in the pregame or preseason games, don't play Jarrell.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play. I mean, maybe play Jamar maybe the first game, but just a little bit, not like
Right.
expose him. Let the other guys play, and then just see how Brandon Allen does at quarterback. But don't let Joe Burrow play.
Yeah. You guys definitely want to keep these guys healthy. And look, just like I say with Tom Brady, Joe Burrow now has made a name for himself. So you got these rookies that are coming in the league trying to make a name for themselves, and you get tape that you took out the stud. The next thing you'll get boosted up, and that's the way this is. Don't even put him in that you know situation. You don't want him to have to worry about that because we saw what happened when when he got hurt the year before. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Now with him back, and you've seen what happened when he was healthy this past year. So we want to
Yeah.
keep him on the field for
Right.
sure,
Right.
for sure. Anything else you excited about training camp? Right around the
Um.
corner. It's like next week, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it is next week. Really excited to see what this O line has to do for us.
Hmm.
We do have some on the is it pup list?
Yeah, yeah.
So we do have Alex Kappa on there, and so we're unsure, but we should get him back by the season. So
Oh,
yeah.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Look, I appreciate you being on here. We are almost towards the end of this thing, but I asked you a question in the beginning of the show. Do you think that they can repeat? And we're going to break this down because we're going to dive into the Bengals 2022 schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring it up on the screen real quick and run through the games, and we're going to break this down, talk about it. So you got Pittsburgh, Dallas, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Saints, the Falcons, the Browns, and the Panthers. Then a bye
Mhm.
week. Then the Steelers, the Titans, the Chiefs, the Browns, the Buccaneers, the Patriots, the Bills, and the Ravens. I get it. You went to the Super Bowl, so you're going to get one of the hardest schedule, if not the hardest schedule. But I mean, can you share some of your thoughts on that schedule? That looks rough, man.
Yeah. Now, like you said, they AFC they oh my gosh, there's so many moves and everything like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how these players are going to do on these teams, but new coaches and that. Um, so I don't know how they're going to do well in this team, but I think um, definitely excited for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be like we did last year. We had a 4 or 5-0 start, and
Mm-hmm.
then we kind of had a gray area, and then we kind of brought it back up towards the season ended. So I think we're going to do the same thing, and then if we at least get past the second round, we'll be good, and then we'll see how things go.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And I mean, honest, if you can stay healthy through this, I mean, that first half of the season, I can see you going, 5-0, 4-1, that you got
yeah,
two interdivisional matchups with one with the Steelers and then one with the Ravens in that. So I think you could, you might lose one, but I think you can definitely start off hot. And look, Saints, we don't know. Falcons are up and coming. We don't know the Browns and the Panthers. That honestly, you could look by that time at a 7-1, 8-1 type situation, or 6-2, or something like that, because a lot of those are winnable games if you're playing up to par and not healthy. But I do have to say that, because you're going to be high here, but I do have to say this: that back half of the schedule, at Pittsburgh, at Tennessee, home for the Chiefs and Browns, then at Tampa, at New England, home for Buffalo and Baltimore. I mean, I don't wish that upon anyone, unless maybe Dallas. I do wish that upon Dallas. I would love to see them just get railroaded. But but I mean what are your, like, honestly, like, look at those last games. Like, what are your honest thoughts about that? Like,
I'm scared, but I know that it takes a team to win. So
very true.
So if we can just come together and do our thing, I think we'll be fine. We won't get blown out, but I think we'll win a couple of those games there. I think we can, like some of those divisional games, Steelers and Ravens and all that, Browns.
Yeah.
Some of the other games, I think we're gonna really need to find our grit and just find and just try to pull it out. So now the Rams have the hardest schedule. I know that for sure. So
I've seen their schedule.
So for sure.
Meanwhile, on the bottom of the schedule list, the 32nd schedule. That's got. See, this is another reason why I'm like, all right, Carson, if you can't do it with this talent and the worst schedule in the league this year, you might as well just hang it up, bro. I need you to do something for me, man. Come on.
I'm kind of mad he left Indianapolis.
Yeah. It was a toxic with Irsay. It was toxic. Like, when now you see all the stuff that's been coming out, what Irsay's been saying. I thought that Frank Reich and him and Carson Wentz were going to work so well together, like they had did early in Philly. But they didn't have a bad year. 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But you obviously go back to the left-handed falling down throws, or the crucial interceptions, or the Jaguars game at the end of the season. And one of the worst teams in the league stops you from getting to the playoffs. You know what I mean? So it's going to be an interesting thing to see. I'm glad he has the most talent that he's had. He's got Terry. That was huge. Signing Terry, getting him back, maybe getting Curtis Samuel if he can stay healthy. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Lucky everything.
Hold on. I'm going to do something just for you.
Come on, brother.
All right, I got you. Let's see. Oh, Jahan Dotson.
Yes.
So that's going to be scary. So they have talent. They have talent. And De'Ami Brown. The line is questionable.
Yeah. Now, Trey Turner and Adam Norwell, the two guys that we picked up this offseason, they have run this system, but this offensive O-line scheme before. So they kind of know, and you talk about that veteran presence. They kind of know what's going on, and they can kind of get everybody gelled in there. Right now, we're really working on our backup. Our starting center, Chase Roulier, has been kind of out dealing with like some ankle issues. So Wes Schweitzer has been coming and filling into that role and kind of getting much needed reps. So it's good. I'm glad we have those type of guys that are kind of filling in. And I'm one that loves O-lineman. I was a running back. I wasn't a quarterback. I thought y'all were pretty boys. All right. I was one of the ones like, hey, look, 3rd down, 37. Give me the ball, coach. Right up the gut. I'm going to give you all of it. I'll give you all 37 yards, baby.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I love my own linemen. So that is definitely a huge, definitely something huge for us that I think we don't have maybe the top tier guys. And I definitely think we're gonna be affected by the loss of Brandon Sheriff, one of the top guards in the league. But it was a matter of time. I knew he was gonna go. So and what we're kind of getting back and kind of moves we're making. Wentz, you got one shot, buddy. I mean, look, if you can't make it here, like I got nothing for you, bro.
Now you guys have 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
2 drafted quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Howell. I like Sam Howell.
I love Sam Howell.
That was a good pick. And then
Yeah.
Cole Kelly.
Oh, wait 1 minute. Wait 1 minute. See,
Okay.
Sam Howell. Oh, he was definitely a great pick, and I try to tell you, I say that I love him. First and foremost, let me show you.
Let's go, Tar Heels. You already know what it is.
Diehard Tar Heels fan. Yeah. Don't tell me you're Duke.
Oh no, I'm Bama.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
You
Bama.
can have Bama. You can have Bama, especially in basketball. But yo, I actually went on my buddy's show that day for the draft.
Bro, our pick is in. Okay, here we go. Come on. All right, come on. Somebody's a white woman coming out. Oh shit. Okay. Cause Sam Howell's mom. Come on. Sam Howell. Come on. Let's go. Yes.
I was so hyped. You don't even.
Yeah.
I was so hyped. Like I was more, and I was pretty hyped when we got RG3. I was more hyped about this pick, and I know. Look, he's a great quarterback. You talk about 2 years ago, he was going to be, he was potentially projected to be like a top 5, top 10 pick. You know what I mean?
Right.
4 of his guys that came off that team, Javonte Williams, Michael Carter, De'Ami Brown, we talked about, and then Daz Newsome that went to Chicago. All 4 of those guys, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, had 1,000-yard seasons their senior year, the year before, or the year before they left. You know what I mean? Sam Howell can get the job done. He's a solid quarterback, but we have a bad history with rushing quarterbacks to, getting them out there and pushing them out and putting the whole weight of the world on them. I want him to sit back, hold that clipboard, see where the whole Taylor Heineke situation pans out, because right now he's got experience. So give me Taylor and let's play it. But for the future, my Joe Burrow is Sam Howell. And if he can stay in Washington, I'm good to go.
Yeah. What about Cole Kelly?
Who?
He's y'all's 4th string.
Oh, that quarter? I don't. Yeah, no. You notice I said who? Okay.
Huh?
Look, all right. It's Sam Howell or bust for me. All right. Anything after that is like, I saw that we did get that, and I was like, okay. He reminds me of we had a guy a couple years ago that just lived on our practice squad, Steve Montez, and he just he's a great college quarterback out of in Colorado, just never really panned out, at least not for us. I mean, we had a bunch of people in front of him, but very, very interesting. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and we're going to have to let you go. My guy, I am so appreciative of you coming on here talking about the Cincinnati Bengals, the team that you love.
Yes, no problem.
You're excited about it. I get that feel that you're excited about this coming year. Maybe a repeat or a turn, definitely to the playoffs. Maybe back to the show.
Yes, maybe back to the show.
Okay. Mark, hey, we're gonna have this on tape, and if that happens, we're gonna be like, "You called it. Let's go."
Yep. All right.
I can dig it. So ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and get off of here real quick. Before we leave, I am going to play the video, the little season preview about all the shows we got coming. Stay tuned. Let's Talk Football is coming with a lot of different shows. Almost every day of the week, we got Let's Talk Football. We got the Roundtable. We got This Week in SEC, Washington Football Weekly, Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover, Let's Talk Football Sunday, Let's Talk College Football, Let's Talk Fantasy Football. We're keep going. I love talking football, and I'm surrounded by people that absolutely love it. My guy, it seems like you have that same passion. The door is always open. I will send you the link. You hop on here, and we will definitely get in on some Bengals because I'm eager to see what they do this year.
Yes, thank you.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So my guy Cameron, I will definitely be seeing you soon, my friend. For the rest of you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us, and we will be back with you a little bit later. Peace, people.
Bye.
Let me find it. There it is. All right, peace.
Everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. Here. The lion. New man loses so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae